Yo, what's up, people? What is happening? Welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your boy, IFBB PRO Matt Butala. You know what time it is. Let's get rolling on all the other platforms today or tonight. Yeah, tonight or almost today. It's going to be tomorrow if you're in EST. What's up, people? What's happening? IFBB PRO Matt Butala here. Hope you guys and girls are enjoying the fuck out of your night. Enjoy the hell out of your day, wherever the hell you are in the world. Today, we're going to be talking about a problem that I know is common for most people. Most people that have tried to lose weight in the past but failed. All right. So today we're going to be talking about losing the same stubborn pounds that you were stuck with. All right. Losing the same stubborn 10 pounds that you're stuck with. What the fuck is up, Zach? Welcome back. Shout out to Zach. Zach, if you guys and girls don't know, he won a challenge that I rolled about a couple of months ago for the Natural Nomad Academy for somebody to join. He won the challenge and unfortunately had to go through a surgery, like literally very like shortly after. And he's been only training legs for a while. And he finally got cleared from the doctor yesterday or 2 days ago to finally start to train his upper body because his shoulder was the injured part. So shout out to Zach. Welcome back to the gym. I fucking love it. And tonight we're going to be dropping a late night pod. So Nate Dogg says that Daryl Brooks case, though, did he do it? I don't even know what you're talking about, man. But I appreciate you commenting. Peter John, thanks for the follow. Fred Brent Peterson 2024. Don't know who that is, but hope your boy wins. Spaceman says, you ready for No Nut November? You guys are crazy on fucking TikTok. I swear to God. But no comment, fam. No comment. Spaceman. All right. So, all right, Strat, thanks for joining. Anis, what's up? It's finally grind time. Let's fucking go. I feel you, Zach. I feel you. All right, people. So, we're going to be getting into today's podcast episode. As I said earlier on, today's episode's focused and directed towards the people that struggle to lose the same 10 pounds every single time, each and every single year. Like they're just stuck at losing 10 pounds. They can't do it. Maybe they lose 2, maybe they lose 3, maybe they lose 5 pounds. Maybe they lose 10, but it comes back and they're stuck struggling to lose the same fucking weight. And it sucks and it's annoying. And it happens to most people that don't or that are beginning their fitness journey and don't really have a firm grip on the knowledge that you need to have in order to make that not a possibility, in order to actually lose that weight. All right. So without wasting any time, we'll be diving into today's podcast episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yo, what's good, meatheads? Hope you're having an amazing day, and welcome to another episode of the Meathead on the Mic podcast. It's your returning champion, IFBB Pro Matt Butale, coming at you with another topic. And today, I'll be breaking down the way you need to be thinking in order to get rid of the same stubborn 10 pounds of fat that you've been dying to burn, that you've been trying to burn over the past couple of years, maybe, and it just hasn't come off. Maybe you've lost it, but it came back, right? So you want to learn what to do and change your mind and learn how to think in order to get rid of that weight, but not only that, add muscle, keep that weight off, and maybe even burn some more fat. All right. So if you're new to the gym, have been training for less than 3 years, I consider that new, less than 3 years. Okay. And you're present, but you don't really know what to eat, don't know how to eat, because every single time you try to lose weight, you just cut off a bunch of food or cut off eating fast food or cut off eating candies, cut off drinking soda. And then when you start to drink that soda again, after that phase, the weight comes back. This episode is for you. Okay. So again, this is mainly for beginners. Today, I'm directing the message towards beginners, men, typically under 3 years of training, that are overweight and want to get rid of it. All right. So let's dive into the meat and potatoes of today's episode. Okay. You know the cycle. You get motivated during December. Maybe you grab a cheap gym membership that's close to home and you work out January through March. Maybe some of these people, actually, a lot of these people are like this. Okay. And they cut out bad foods, go on a crash diet to lose the most weight in a short period of time. Maybe they've got a vacation coming up, a wedding they've got to go to, or anything really, and they want to lose that weight now so that they can look quote unquote good on that day. And spoiler alert, you're not going to look good and you're not going to feel good if you crash diet. So don't do that shit because your body's going to eat away at itself and it's going to eat the muscle. Okay, so that's a different topic for another day. But today we're here to talk about the same 10 pounds that you can't fucking lose. Okay, so you speed your way through the process only to lose your first 10 pounds in record time. You're proud of yourself. It may not look really good, you know what I mean? Because you're kind of drained, you're kind of tired, you're fed up because you haven't really eaten the foods that you like. Okay, and you're kind of demotivated because of that, right? And it's all in how you lose the weight, not necessarily how much you lose, but how you lose it. That's pretty much going to determine if it's going to stay or if it's going to come back in terms of is it going to stay off or is it going to come back on your body? It's all in the how. Okay. And again, I'm going to line this out for you people. If you crash diet, you will lose more muscle than if you slowly decrease your calories. And you want to slowly decrease your calories instead of crash dieting for that simple fact Okay, because the more muscle you have on your body, the easier it is for your body to maintain being leaner and maintain consuming higher calories without you being putting on fat, because muscle burns more calories just to have on your body. So, for example, just a wild fucking example, might not even be accurate. Let's say you're 250 pounds. Okay. You have a fairly decent metabolism. You eat what you want to eat. You want to lose 10, 20. Say you want to lose 20 pounds. Let's just be simple. You want to get from 250 to 230. Okay. If that's you and you're a guy, got man boobs, you got a fucking beer belly, you want to lose 20 pounds, go from 250 to 2 fucking 30. Okay. So, how are you going to do that and make sure that 20 pounds stays off? Well, what you're not going to do is cut out the foods you like, go on a freaking tight caloric deficit where you're starving all the time. You barely have the energy to function or work, let alone go to the gym, right? And that's your problem. All right. Let's say that that's you. Let's say that that's something that you are struggling with right now. So if that's you, if you're that guy with the man boobs, if you're that guy with the beer belly, what do you do? How do you get rid of it? Like I said, it's in the how, right? How do you lose that 10 pounds or how do you keep it off? It's in the how. It's in how you decide to lose your weight. Okay. So if that's you and you're 250, you want to get down to 230, you've got to understand that your mindset needs to shift towards putting on more muscle. I know it's weird. It sounds just freaking weird because you don't want to be putting on anything more because you're trying to lose, right? You don't want to grow in a sense because that's what you think about when you hear more, like put on more muscle if you want to burn fat. It's like, what the fuck? How does that work? It's like also for people that are confused as to like you can eat more and lose more weight. They're like, what the fuck? How's that possible? Funny enough, it's magic. It's real. It actually is possible. And I'm going to be explaining that very, very shortly in this episode in a very condensed way. And of course, we have over 100 episodes on the Meathead on the Mic podcast. So you can definitely scan through and check it out because I've definitely talked about it in the past and I will talk about it again. Okay. So let's just compare you to another version of yourself that's 250. Okay. The guy that focuses on putting more muscle on is going to have an easier time burning the calories because they're putting on more muscle. Okay. The person that focuses only on burning fat and cutting this and cutting that and doing ridiculously irresponsible amounts of cardio might even lose weight faster, but they will have less muscle, which means their body is less likely going to stay in that position where they're lighter and where they are technically leaner. Okay. And the shift here, for you guys that I want you to have mentally is to shift from losing weight, burning fat to building muscle and burning fat. Because building muscle and burning fat is essentially how you keep fat off. Just burning it is how you get it back. Because when you're in that mindset of just burning fat, you're going to cut out this food because rice makes me fat. I'm going to cut out soda because sugar makes me fat. I'm going to cut out fucking Rice Krispies because Rice Krispies it doesn't make you fat. No food really makes you fat. It's just the amount of calories that you consume. I could eat literally if I had the stomach for it. Let's just say I don't know the exact numbers for this. If I had the stomach for it and I wanted to just eat fucking leaves, okay, and I wanted to eat fucking leaves, and I could eat like 200,000 freaking grams, whatever it is, whatever the number is, okay, and I would still get fat because let's say 200,000 grams of freaking leaves is more than what my body needs to maintain itself calorically, and it puts me in a heavy caloric surplus, which means I'm going to be gaining weight regardless of how active I am. And even worse if I'm not active. Leaves, guys and girls. This is something that I don't know you vegans think is healthy, but the point is, it's just about the amount of calories. You could also technically lose weight, build muscle on a straight pizza diet. I wouldn't recommend it because you're not getting a full balanced amount of nutrients, even if you do supplement. And just overall, that's just not. I don't know why anybody would do that unless it was for the purpose of YouTube. Like, there's no need, right? So that's the point here. It's the numbers. It's in the how and in the numbers. So how do you do this? How do you go on about losing this weight and keeping it off instead of it coming back or struggling to lose it in the first place? How do you do that? If you are a man, overweight, you want to learn how to do that. Open up your ears, open up your brain, tune the fuck in. Okay, this is the key. The slower you drop your weight, the more muscle your body will keep on your body. I'm going to repeat that again. The slower you lose weight, the more muscle your body's going to keep. Okay. So, what do I mean by slower? Well, let's look at the crash diet for a person versus the person that decides to, I want to, build muscle and actually keep the fat off. Okay. The person that crash diets, cuts their calories, cuts all the food out, starving all the time, losing weight, they're actually losing weight. It's, I guess, what they want. It's a quote unquote good thing. But if, and this is what literature states, it varies for everybody. It's a rough number. If you lose more than 2 pounds of mass per week, you're closer to a state of being catabolic, which means you're closer to a state of your body eating its own muscle, or you're closer to a state where you're not putting on muscle in your fat loss journey, which is going to make it impossible for you to keep that weight off, let alone it's already impossible to stay away from soda forever, pizza forever, burgers forever, donuts forever, coffee forever, right? Like you'll cut these things out happily for that body for vacation. You'll cut these things off happily to fill that hole in your heart that you got from ignoring last year's New Year's resolution, and you want to be serious this year, so you're gonna fucking torture yourself. Sure. It's not gonna work, it's not gonna last. And you know this. This is not news to you. You literally lived this before. You've tried this shit and it does not work. It's probably why you believe diets don't work. It's probably why you believe the gym and the fitness industry is a fucking scam, because you've tried these things and they don't work. But let me tell you, you tried the wrong fucking thing. You tried the wrong thing. And I don't know where you learned it. You might have learned it online too, which makes this even more suspect because this is online. But the whole point here, guys and girls, mainly you men, is that if you lose weight too fast every single week, it's going to come back. Guaranteed. Bet your bank account, bet your house on it. The recommended, and again, this is what literature states and it varies for everybody, but the recommended amount of weight that you should lose in a fat loss journey in order to retain, if not gain muscle and keep the fat off, is no more than 1 pound to 1.5 pounds per week. Anything over 2 pounds a week, unless you're morbidly obese or overweight, let that be normal for the first couple of months. That'll be normal. You could lose freaking 20 pounds a week if you're 400 pounds. And then you'll get to a point where it slows down because your body regulates. And then at that point in time, you have to adjust your nutrition and your physical activity to make up for it and to maintain a rapid, steady loss of between 1 to 2 pounds per week. And yes, it sounds slow. I'm not going to get my body in time. Sure, yeah. But would you rather, and this is a question you got to ask yourself, would you rather lose all the fat now and have it come back, stay there for the rest of the life, or burn it completely forever and never have to worry about it again and still eat the foods that you fucking like? You don't have to cut out shit. As I tell you all the time, if you actually listen to this podcast, I eat pizza religiously. It's like my religion, bro. I'll have pizza once a week. Okay. But I still look this way. Why? Because I understand that the slower I lose weight, the more muscle my body can keep. And I also don't go way over my caloric requirements just because I'm craving shit. If I want pizza, I'm not going to eat all the meals that I have to eat and then have pizza, because that's going to put me at a super high surplus. What I would do is maybe I'll drop 2 meals, and those 2 meals equate to roughly the amount of calories that is in a large pizza that I would eat. I balance it. I'll replace. And when you do this enough, when you rinse and repeat enough, it becomes easy enough for you to just know how many calories are in certain things because you measure it all the time. And then with that, you can easily throw in a burger, pizzas, whatever you want. You'll have liberty, you'll have freedom because you know I can eat whatever the fuck I want as long as it doesn't go over this caloric requirement. Does that make sense to you? If that makes sense to you, just sit and think about it. Don't just, yeah, that makes sense. Like, actually try to understand it. Because like a lot of the time when I bring up you can lose more weight eating more food, people are like, what the actual fuck is this guy talking about? Like, he does not make sense. How am I going to put more shit in my body and lose more fat? It's so backwards, isn't it? But that's the way it works. And thank God it's the way it works. Thank God it's the way it works. Because if you had to crash diet to only lose weight, probably wouldn't be a bodybuilder. And I mean, technically, crash dieting is a part of the prep, but it's very gradual, very very gradual. You know, if you are smart and you have a coach that knows what to do with you, and you're doing a bodybuilding competition, this is just an example. Again, I know that you're not a bodybuilder. If you're listening to this episode, it's targeted strictly for you, but I do talk to bodybuilders in other episodes. That's not today. So for a bodybuilder, if you have a coach that's worth his fucking salt, he'll make you lose at least 1 to 2 pounds every single week, probably even a little less depending on how lean you are starting off the process. And keep that rate so that your body has the chance to build muscle over that period, which applies to bodybuilders. It's the same thing we do. It's why we get jacked and how we keep fat off. Even when we decide to go in the off season, we're still jacked, maybe higher body fat percentage, but the muscle's still there and the fats, we can eat as much as we want. It won't happen as long as we go to the gym and respect our calories. Okay. And then maybe at the very end of our prep as a bodybuilder, might we crash? And that's like 2 days of cutting out water, 2 days or 1 day or 3 days of reducing food to like basically only air and protein, right? And that's for the extreme. That's for the bodybuilder. That's not for the person, the average person who wants to just burn fat. That's not for the average person who just wants to put on some fucking muscle, get rid of the beer belly, get rid of the man boobs, lose the love handles. It's not for them. And it's not even for bodybuilders, really, because we only do that when it's time to go on stage. Outside of that, catch me in the kitchen, catch me in the restaurant, catch me wherever the food is. I'm there like it's nobody's business, ransacking the fridge. Okay. And that's the way it is for bodybuilders. Right. So you have to understand that. Okay. The slower you drop your weight, the more muscle you keep on your body. The more muscle you keep on your body, the longer the fat stays off. The longer the fat stays off, the happier you are. The happier you are, the better your fucking life is. Okay. Having more muscle burns more calories, which burns more fat. It's partly why you're skinny fit or sometimes shredded friend. Maybe they get shredded and they bulk up, whatever they do. It's the reason why they can eat lots and not get fat. It's the reason why athletes and all the other skinny people you see sometimes, I don't want to call bodybuilders skinny, but other athletes, they can eat whatever they want and they're not getting fat. It's because they can understand that if I eat more than X amount of calories, my body's going to start to get fat. If I eat under X amount of calories, my body's going to start to get leaner. And I'm not going to go too far deep because then I'm going to start to lose muscle. And how do you know when you're too far deep? A, you feel fucking tired all the time. B, you can't eat the foods that you love. C, you struggle with being consistent with your nutrition. You can't stand a diet because it's just not for you, right? You're not giving yourself what you actually need. On top of that, what you actually want, which is going to keep you eating what you need. Those three things. It's very simple. It's very simple, at least from my perspective. I'll honor the fact that it's rocket science to you, which is why I'm trying my best to simplify it so that you can understand it and so that you can apply it in your life and so that you can actually get closer to the body that you fucking want. Okay? Remember the story of the tortoise and the hare? Hopefully you remember that story. If you're too young, then you're too young. But I know that most people remember that story. Okay? And that story, if you don't know what it is, I'm going to explain very quickly. It's about a rabbit and a tortoise. They're in a race. The rabbit's speeding off, running, 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 smoking the tortoise, absolutely dusting it. But the tortoise wins the race. How? Because that rabbit ran so fast, looked behind, didn't see shit, dusted the guy. It's like, I'm the guy. I'm gonna chill over here. I'm gonna just relax. Then I'm gonna wake up. Then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna win the race that way. That's the fast method. That's the crash dieting method. But you'll lose all the time if you do that. If you do it slow and steady, you'll win the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Hence the story of the tortoise and the hare, right? You're being the hare right now. You can't continue to do that. And if you do decide to continue to do that, then you're also deciding to put on and remove and continue to put on and remove, or might not even lose it altogether, that 10 pounds. Okay. Speeding the process is going to exhaust you. It's going to make you fucking quit. I don't give a shit how tough you think you are. It's going to make you quit because nobody can decide to just completely not eat whatever they want to eat forever. Maybe for a period of time, 1 month, 3 months, a year. But if you decide to never eat what you like again and never enjoy food the way that you used to enjoy it again because of this arbitrary goal, you're in to lose. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. And that weight is going to come back because you're just going to crack. And I'm not saying this to call you weak. I'm not saying this to belittle you or to downsize and minimize your potential ability to put yourself through, disciplinary actions, but there's the better way to do it, a way that you can do it and have the results for life. That's what you should do. That's truly going to make you happy. If it means that you're not going to be in shape for your vacation, fuck it. If it means you're not going to be in shape for the wedding, who cares? The fact of the matter is that if you take the slow approach, the long route, it will stay off forever and you will be able to eat the foods that you like. And not only that, but more. You'll be able to eat more at the end of your process because now you have extra muscle on your body. Your body has been in a calorie deficit for a while, and you're able to eat a little bit more. On top of that, the foods that you will be selecting will be satisfying you anyway. So you probably won't even care about eating more as long as it's enough for you. Because again, you can pick the foods that you like. Once you do that, dieting isn't really hard at all. You just got to make sure you know how much of that food you're eating. That's just a numbers game. Can you count to 10? Okay, cool. How about 100? All right. Do you understand what 1,000 is? Cool. 3,000 of those is probably what most people need. calories. It's a numbers game. What you see on the food scale will translate to what you see on the body weight scale. Tell that to all my clients. So under fucking stand that, overstand that, understand that, all understand that. All right. You'll never be able to get rid of your man boobs and your love handles that way, not the hare's way, the tortoise's way. You got to do. I know you're in a rush to get rid of that fat you have on your body. I fucking get it. Like pressure is pressure. Okay. Pressure also creates diamonds. It's probably why you're listening to this. But slow and steady always wins the race. Bite the fucking bullet. All right. That's it. That's all. If you like this episode, share it out with a friend. I hope I was able to deliver a valuable experience to you guys and girls today. Thank you so much for your time and attention. Let's embrace your inner meathead together. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. IFBB Pro Matt Butale signing out. Boom. All right, folks. Episode's done. Podcast episode's recorded. You know what it is. Hope you guys and girls enjoying yourself. Yo, what the fuck is up? Manraj, I see you. What's up, dog? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I see you there. What's good? Thanks for tuning in. Dre, what's good? Ryan, Jimmy, Flo, Hugh. Hey, Tokos, bro. Valley Power was here. Kim, what's good? What's good? What's good? Sackles, what's good? Let's grind time. Let's go. Let's fucking go. This fucking guy, you're trolling me, man, Raj. Because like, how do I do the best rear glute spread? Dude, honestly, all you gotta do is fuck yourself. I'm just joking. He's trolling me. That's my fucking dog, man. Best rear glute spread. Ask your girl to do it and tug on you from the back. That's what you should do, bro. 100%. All right, folks. That's it. That's all. I'll be back again with another episode tomorrow. You know what time it is. Peace, love, motherfucking protein. Hope you guys and girls have the best motherfucking night of your life. Manraj, good night to you. Good night to your girl. Later, babes. We out. Boom.